Ethereum was supposed to be the future, the backbone of Web 3, the world's decentralized computer, a place where you could mint a monkey JPEG, borrow $1 million, and lose it all without ever talking to a bank. And for a while, it was crushing it. But now, things are feeling a little meh. Ethereum's not crashing. It's not mooning, it's just kinda chilling, hovering between $3,000 and $3,500 like it's waiting for a bus that never comes. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is out here setting new all-time highs like it's on Adderall. So, what's going on? Let's break it down. Ethereum, not just a coin, but a whole vibe. First, a quick refresher. Ethereum isn't just a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. It's more like an app store, without Apple's 30% cut and with way more financial risk. You can build stuff on Ethereum, DeFi, NFTs, DAOs, games, scams, more scams, you name it. That's why it exploded. It was like Silicon Valley, but on the blockchain and with fewer Patagonia vests. But now, things have slowed down. Prices are stuck. Users are kinda bored, developers are still building, but it feels like no one's really watching. Why? Buckle up, we've got some crypto drama to unpack. 1. The merge, Ethereum's big makeover. That nobody noticed. Back in September 2022, Ethereum pulled off the merge. It switched from proof of work, basically crypto mining with GPUs that fry eggs, to proof of stake, staking your ETH like you're earning blockchain airline miles. It was a big deal. Energy usage dropped by 99%. Tech nerds popped champagne. Twitter wouldn't shut up about it. But price-wise, crickets. Everyone thought ETH would shoot to the moon. Instead, it politely walked sideways. Turns out, making Ethereum eco-friendly didn't make it any cheaper to use. Gas fees were still annoying. The network still got clogged, and the average user was like, wait, that's it? Cool upgrade, just not the hype-fueled rocket ship people expected. Second layer 2s, Ethereum's BFFs, that made things weird. Ethereum couldn't scale on its own, so a bunch of layer 2s showed up like sidekicks trying to save the day. We're talking Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, ZK Sync, basically Ethereum's extended family. They're supposed to make Ethereum faster and cheaper, and they kinda do, but now everything is scattered. Imagine trying to buy coffee and being told, sorry, your ETH is on the wrong chain. Please bridge it over. It's like having 5 checking accounts and none of them talk to each other. Users are confused. Investors are confused. Everyone's asking, where's the value actually going? Ethereum? Or these random-sounding chains named after sci-fi characters? The competition. Ethereum's not alone. Anymore. A few years ago, Ethereum was the only real option for smart contracts. It was like the iPhone of crypto. Now, we've got Solana, faster, cheaper, occasionally offline like a lazy coworker. Avalanche, cold but efficient. And some new kids like Sui and Aptos, funded by VCs who love buzzwords and charts. These platforms are promising better speeds, fewer fees, and way less Ethereum-induced rage. So developers and investors are hedging their bets. They're spreading out. Ethereum's still the king, but it's more like a king with 5 rivals plotting in the shadows. Fourth regulation, the SEC is lurking like a final boss. One big reason Ethereum feels stuck, regulation. Specifically, the US Securities and Exchange Commission, aka the party police. Bitcoin's safe. Everyone agrees it's a commodity. Ethereum? Not so clear. The SEC won't say if it thinks ETH is a security. And that makes institutions nervous. Nobody wants to wake up and find out their investment is now illegal. To make things spicier, there are rumors that the SEC wants to regulate staking, which, you guessed it, is now core to Ethereum's entire system. So yeah, until someone in a suit says, you're good, a lot of people are just sitting on the sidelines, sipping coffee and refreshing ETH charts. 5. The market is in May mode. Let's be honest. The crypto market right now is kinda boring. Bitcoin's riding the ETF wave. AI tokens are the new hot thing. But Ethereum? It's in that awkward middle phase. Not dying, not thriving, just existing. NFT hype? Gone. DeFi summer? We're in DeFi fall, maybe winter. People aren't flipping JPEGs anymore. They're flipping pancakes on Sunday morning and avoiding crypto YouTube. Ethereum is caught in the calm between bull runs. And without big news or big price moves, most people's attention has drifted elsewhere. 6. Ethereum 2.0. Still cooking in the back. Remember all that talk about Ethereum 2.0? We're still not there yet. The merge was just step one. Next up is the surge and dank sharding. Yes, that's a real word, not a meme. These upgrades are supposed to make Ethereum way faster and cheaper, but they're not coming tomorrow. Maybe 2026, maybe later, which in crypto time is like waiting a decade. Until then, most users won't notice any difference, which means most people won't care, which means flat price. Again. 7. The price problem. Not falling, not flying. Here's the ironic part. Ethereum isn't crashing. It's just stable. But in crypto, stable feels like dead. ETH hanging out at $3,200 feels like watching a race car parked in a driveway. It's fine. It's clean. But it's not doing anything exciting. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is breaking records. Meme coins are making millionaires and bankruptcies every day, and Ethereum's just vibing like a retired rock star on a hammock. No drama, no pump, just waiting. Ethereum, the second-born crypto that grew up too fast. Let's be real, Ethereum is like the overachieving second child of crypto. While Bitcoin was out there being digital gold, sitting in wallets, doing nothing and flexing its brand, Ethereum was grinding. Smart contracts, DeFi, NFTs, token launches, meme coins, dog coins, scams, more scams. Ethereum was out here trying to build the entire internet all over again. With JavaScript devs and 12-sided dice, it gave us everything, from virtual real estate to profile pick wars to DeFi protocols so complicated they might secretly be math dissertations. But in 2025, it's like Ethereum finally hit a quarter-life crisis. Prices are flat, hype is down, Discord groups are quiet, and the devs, they're still building. But even they're starting to ask, yo, is anyone still using this? 8. User experience, still built for tech wizards, not humans. Let's talk about actually using Ethereum. Ever tried? It's like playing Elden Ring with no tutorial, and every time you die, it charges you $45. You want to mint an NFT? That'll be $100 in gas. You want to stake your tokens? Better read a 14-page white paper and download a Chrome extension made by a guy named 0x Ghost Developer. Even with layer 2s, bridges, and wallets improving, the whole process still feels like assembling IKEA furniture in the dark, with gloves and your wallet open. The UX isn't just bad, it's inconsistent. One day you're zipping through Arbitrum. The next day you're rage quitting because a transaction is pending for 34 minutes and then fails. Oh, and you still paid gas for that. 9. Ethereum culture. Where did the vibes go? Back in 2021, Ethereum was cool. It had an identity. It was artsy, rebellious, weird, smart. Remember when NFTs were selling for millions? When people were buying digital rocks? When gas wars were a thing and OpenSea was crashing every week? Now, NFTs are so last cycle. Everyone's using Telegram again, and half the influencers have moved on to AI or Solana Summer. Ethereum used to be the cultural capital of crypto. Now it feels more like the boring older cousin with a job in accounting. Still valuable, still relevant, but not the life of the party anymore. The vibe shift is real. 12th, meme coins, AI tokens, and other distractions. While Ethereum is working on scaling the global financial system, crypto Twitter has the attention span of a goldfish on Red Bull. Last week it was Pepe Coin. This week it's some AI startup building an LLM on-chain. Why? Next week it'll be Pokemon NFTs powered by Moonlight. And here's Ethereum. Steady, solid, actually useful, getting ignored because it isn't doing a 10x overnight. In crypto, the grind rarely gets rewarded. Hype does. And Ethereum's problem is, it stopped hyping. Final thoughts. Ethereum needs a spark. So here's where we land. Ethereum's got the tech, the developers, the community, the potential, but it needs a spark. Maybe that'll be a big upgrade finally going live. Maybe a killer app. Maybe regulators finally stop being cryptic. Or maybe the next bull run drags everything up like a giant rising tide of dopamine. Whatever it is, Ethereum's next move will matter. Because if there's one thing we know about crypto, it only takes one spark to go from dead chain to back in the headlines. Until then, Ethereum's taking a breather, grab some popcorn, stay strapped in, because this chill phase, it never lasts.